Good morning, everyone. So as you can see, it's sunny right now, but you wouldn't believe it, it's actually really cold. It's -1 at the moment, so it's freezing. And yeah, I'm wrapped up quite tight with like lots of warm layers. I'm actually in the north of France right now, which is quite a long way from where I filmed my last vlog, which was all the way back in Spain. And the reason being is that I really need to get home this weekend for lots and lots of things that I need to do in the coming month. And yeah, I came up to this town called Rocroi. I think that's how you pronounce it. And that's in the very north of France, like literally next to the border of Belgium. And I always underestimate how cold it can still be in March in the north of Europe. And I really thought it was going to be slightly warmer than this, but you know, I'm a fool, what can I say? I had to be home anyway, but luckily I've got a heater in my van, so I wasn't actually, you know, being too cold. It's mostly like the mornings and the evenings, you know, you want to be comfortable while you're, you know, reading and doing all sorts of evening and morning things and having your breakfast. If you're actually in bed, it doesn't matter too much. Before actually heading home to the Netherlands, I thought I'd, you know, look at a couple of towns on the way. So Rocroi is quite well known for being one of the Northern Europe's fortification towns, which they're really cool if you look at them from above. So here's the map actually, as you can see. It's a very cool looking star formation, and all the buildings also laid out like a star. And there's quite a few of these in the Netherlands as well, but some of them are like half, you know, like they disappeared for the most part. Like there's only like one bit of wall standing, and there's very few of them are complete like this. I think there's one in the north of the Netherlands called Bourtange, which is very famous for being very symmetrical looking. I don't actually know how many there are, but quite a few. This is like the center point of the town, center of the star. It's kind of funny to me how, because we're still in France, they really won't let you forget it. So even a town like this, even though we're right on the border with Belgium, you know, there's French stuff everywhere. Get that weird national pride, you know. And people walking around with baguettes on their arms, you know. It's a stereotype, but it's a true one. And yeah, I've not done a lot of vlogging because I've kind of pelted through France, so I didn't have a lot of time to record anything while there. But honestly, like I'm probably going to come back to France with my next vehicle at some point. I just spent like the last 5 months in Spain, and you know, Spain's obviously where I overwinter, so most of my video material so far has been there. And I think going forward I'm going to try and do a few videos in the Netherlands. I don't really know, you know, what the future holds, because especially the whole summer will probably be spent in the UK, which is going to give me a completely different view of things to film and things to talk about. And yeah, there's also lots of like projects on the way, things to think about, things to do, fun things. Oh my gosh, it's going to be one hell of a year for sure. And it already is, isn't it? Like with everything going on in the world at the moment, with the news being as it is, it's great to be able to focus on something so, you know, personal. There goes the church bell. And yeah, currently my focus is going to shift a lot in the coming month. I'm going to be looking at new vehicles. I'm going to do lots of bureaucratic nonsense, but also be really full pelt on practicing my tattooing, because the moment of me actually tattooing on real skin is coming pretty close now. And I feel fairly confident, but you know, I still want to start it myself first to see how that goes before anyone else gets scarred by my misadventures, by my unskilled, untrained hand. And all I can do, the thing is, what I've noticed so far is when I pick up the machine, I feel like it feels comfortable. You know, it feels like I know what I'm doing at this point, which is probably a good thing, right? Like if I didn't know what I was doing after, I don't know how many practice sessions, like maybe 20, 25. Yeah, I think 25 hours is probably enough time to start feeling a little bit, you know, comfortable with the machine. Because it's not like holding a pen, it's very thick grip, you know, so you have to really use it differently as you would a pen. It's nothing at all like drawing. Well, it is like drawing in a sense, because I do think with the shading, for example, I think in the way that I shade, the way that I do shading in tattoos feels like I'm shading my own, you know, illustrations. So I'm definitely thinking the same way, and I think that skill is extremely useful to apply to tattooing. That was just a whole ramble about tattooing. I'm sorry about that. It's just it's very much on my mind at the moment because, you know, I'm working really hard at it. There's a beautiful magnolia tree here. It's already shedding its leaves, but its flowers still very beautiful. So this is also in Dutch called a witloofboom, because they look like chicory. I don't think you sell these in the UK, but it's like a white chicory kind of bulbs that you eat. And I believe these actually are edible, they're just not very tasty. I certainly wouldn't be eating this. When I stepped out of my van this morning, I felt this cramping up in the top of my nose, and this sting that kind of spreads through your nose, and just like horrible, awful feeling. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what cold weather feels like. I forgot. I've been winter birding for about 6 years now, so I'm definitely not used to being in freezing weather. And if I am, I'm usually in a house of some kind, not my van. It's very easy to forget that these places used to be military fortifications, you know? You know, it's obvious, but they're just regular towns these days. And you see all these remnants of this being actual fortification, actual fortress of, you know, military prowess. And it must have been incredibly hard to take these places back in the day. We come to another tunnel. I have to say, it's a lot more accessible than most of these fortification towns in the Netherlands. They're all barricaded off. So they're afraid of people hurting themselves or some shit. It's actually kind of lovely here. It'd be a nice place for a picnic, wouldn't it? If it wasn't -4. So quiet. Well, there's tomato plants growing here. And if there's one thing I know about tomato plants growing randomly, it's because people did a shit in this place. So many layers, you see that? So you got this bank here, goes up, goes down to a trench, and then back up again. It's like an outer perimeter wall. I don't even know how people actually, you know, soldiers who are stationed here, how the hell they would scale or navigate this place. It seems very complicated, even more complicated than my old high school, which was a nightmare, let me tell you. So yeah, a bit of a short video today, but you know, I enjoyed my little walkthrough of this very quaint little town. It's very quiet on the morning still. It's only 11 a.m. and it's still freezing outside, but because the sun is beating down on my tin roof at the moment, the inside of the van actually heats up really quickly. It's like a little oven. This will be my last vlog abroad for at least a month. I mean, obviously I'm going going away as soon as I've got my new van. I will be heading out again. So yeah, it's very strange to me that the last couple of all the vlogs that I've done for this channel so far have been in Spain, and even though I've traveled, this little van of mine has brought me all over Europe, and I've only shown Spain because obviously that's where I spend the winter. So it's very strange to me to be somewhere else again, and I think I expressed in the last couple of vlogs as well, where I don't really feel like the Netherlands is home so much anymore because I don't really have a home. So coming back to the Netherlands almost feels like going abroad again. That sounds very weird, I know, but I feel like a tourist in my own country sometimes, which might be a good thing if you think about it. I mean, it still doesn't make me some kind of nomad, which I still think is a cringy name for what I do. But I definitely don't feel like I belong to a particular nation or a particular, nationality. Might have it on my birth certificate, might have it on my passport, might have spent the first, 21 years of my life in the Netherlands. But, being in a world where currently with the news the way as it is, it's all us versus them. And I've never felt that. And I know it's a very privileged way of thinking, because I know not everyone is in the situation I am. I know that it's that bigotry comes easy because it's innate to human nature, I think, to have our in-groups and out-groups. If I'm welcomed, if I am European and I'm welcome in every country that I pass through, and I have this passport privilege, being Dutch, being a rich Westerner, whatever that means, and I can go anywhere I want just by virtue of having my nationality and my and the money and my whiteness backing me. It's just it seems very strange to me. I mean, obviously I'm not ungrateful for that privilege, and I make very happy use of it, but it's something to consider, going forward, and something to always think about, something to always be grateful for. And in the meantime, I'll just keep trucking on. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm about to make myself another cup of tea. Bye bye.